Alright guys, in this lesson we're going to learn about making number patterns. So our learning target is I can make and describe patterns. And specifically we're going to talk about number patterns. So in our first problem here, Daryl is making a pattern for a quilt. The pattern shows 40 squares. Every fourth square is blue. So every fourth square is blue. How many blue squares are in the pattern? So a pattern is an ordered set of numbers or objects. So that's our first term. And then each number or object in the pattern is called a term. So each number in that pattern is called a term. So here we're going to do exactly what he said. Every fourth square is blue. So we're going to shade every fourth square. So the 4 is already kind of shaded for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to keep going on that pattern. And here. Oh, wow. So which squares are blue? Okay, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. So there are blank blue squares in the pattern. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue squares in that pattern. What patterns do you see in the arrangement of blue squares? Well, I notice a pattern. There's 2 blue ones in the first row, 3 blue ones in the second row, 2 blue ones in this one, 3 blue ones in that one. And so what patterns do you see in the arrangement of blue squares? I notice there are 2 shaded in the first row and 3 in the next. And it keeps following that pattern. So what patterns do you see in the numbers of the blue squares? Well, I notice that it goes 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 4 equals 12. So it could be add 4. I see that as a pattern. I also see these as multiples of 4. We're just counting by 4. Those would be the multiples of 4. So now we're looking at the second page here. We're going to do a couple practices finding and describing patterns. So the rule for this pattern is to add 5. The first term in the pattern is 5. So that's telling us the first number here is going to be 5. Use the rule to write the numbers. So adding 5 every time. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And so each time we're adding that 5 as it shows here. So what do you notice about the digits in the ones place? Well, I notice that all the digits in the ones place alternate between 5 and 0. Describe the pattern using the words odd and even. Oh, well, I notice that 5 is odd and 10 is even. 15 is odd and 20 is even. 25 is odd and 30 is even. So every other number is odd, then even. So it alternates between odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. Describe the word using multiples. Well, this pattern shows the multiples of 5. And remember, multiples is really just like skip counting. So we're just skip counting by 5s. Alright, this here is going to be your to get the password to the quiz. So you are to complete this, type in your answer on the computer, and then you will be able to get feedback and get the answer to the quiz. So you should see this on your screen once you're done with these notes.